Fire of Love, out in theaters, new documentary feature about Katia and Maurice Krafft, a pair of famous volcanologists describing their careers spanning over 2 decades of work in the field, using mostly archival footage and photographs that they themselves took over the years of their work. Now, I don't know much about volcanoes or volcanology, but I was very happy to learn about it through this film. It's a really amazing foray into a very narrow aspect of the world, to be able to see and experience things that few people ever have. The footage used shows us the active volcanoes during eruptions often, sometimes from very up close. And seeing it all is a mixture of wonder, admiration, but also fear for the lives of people who do these kinds of things professionally. I mean, some of the scenes look straight up like something taken from a science fiction film taking place on a hostile planet. In some ways, as I was watching it, I thought about Free Solo, because like Alex Honnold, the climber featured in that film, Katia and Maurice are people who are extremely singularly focused on a very kind of specific, narrow topic, one that takes them into insanely dangerous but also beautiful places and situations. And sure, the reasoning might be slightly different. Honnold does his climbing for a thrill, and the Krafts only partially so. They also want to further the science and to learn as much as possible about how volcanoes work, why they explode, how to predict that, and use all that knowledge for the good of humanity. But still, there is an aspect of watching all of them and going, I admire what they're doing, and it is very impressive, but I would personally never even come close to considering doing that because it's too dangerous. And interestingly, Fire of Love is not purely about volcanoes. I think in a way it's also a love story, a very poetic exploration of how unlikely it was that those two people born around the same time in the same region of France shared such an obscure passion and became a couple. It really is a splendid example of finding your one and only, your one-of-a-kind soulmate amongst millions of people. And I think that the way that this personal story of Krafft's is sort of thrown onto the canvas of this crazy nature documentary it's something very endearing. Final point, I really like the way that the film is edited. Some of the scenes are set to unexpected types of music and songs in a way which makes them really pop out, feel really energetic or humorous or aloof. And I do think that the editing makes the film much more interesting than it could have been in lesser hands. Overall, fascinating topic shown in clever and creative ways. Solid movie.